So Apple announced the iPhone 17e, and while there are some upgrades here and there, here is one thing that Apple lied about. And what I'm talking about is simply the processor, because Apple is advertising that the iPhone 17e has the same processor as the 17, the A19 processor. However, that processor is missing a core, more specifically a GPU core. So it has 4 GPU cores instead of the 5 GPU cores found on the regular A19 chip on the iPhone 17. So while the number of CPU cores is the same, the GPU cores is missing a core. So that means it's a binned processor, and I'm not going to go through the binning process of a processor, but if you want me to explain it, let me know down there in the comments. And I know most of you techies probably know about it, but for the average Joe that doesn't follow all these tech news or tech videos, you know, the average consumer, I do feel Apple is misadvertising in here. Because the way Apple advertises it, it gives you the impression that you're getting the same performance found on the iPhone 17, but in reality, you're not. And to put things into perspective, imagine you're buying a brand new vehicle and the manufacturer is telling you it has the same engine as a more advanced model, more sportier, more expensive model, even though they have one of the cylinders deactivated. Still, the manufacturer is advertising that both vehicles have the same engine. Is that a fair advertising practice, or is that misleading? And so, compared to the iPhone 17, expect the iPhone 17e to have 15 to 20% lower performance when using GPU-intensive apps such as games. And this isn't the first time Apple does a similar thing. I already called them out when they released the iPhone Air and the iPhone 17 Pro because Apple said they both have the A19 Pro chip. But just like this situation, the iPhone Air had one less GPU core compared to the 17 Pro. And the numbers show there is a difference in performance between the iPhone Air and the iPhone 17 Pro, just like I'm showing in this table. And so expect a similar trend. There will be a performance difference between the iPhone 17e and the iPhone 17, even though as Apple advertises, they have the same processor. And because of that, I believe Apple should be more transparent with the consumer about the processor that they put in the iPhone 17e. Maybe call it the A19e or A19 Lite, something that reflects to the consumer that it's the same family of processors, but not the same processor because it's missing a GPU core. So what do you guys think? Am I being too harsh on Apple, or should Apple be more transparent with the consumer? Let me know down there in the comments.